Welcome to Skanda's Immortal Yoga. We will now begin with the first chapter of the Mahatmyam, Devi Bhagavad Purana. Salutations to Sri Durga Devi. The glory of the Srimad Devi Bhagavatam, verse 1. She who takes the form of creation at the time of origin, who is the protectress in the preservation of the universe, and who takes the form of Rudra at the time of dissolution. She for whom the entire universe is but a sports play, who is named Para and then manifests as Pashyanti, Madhyama and Vaikhari. May that goddess, who worshipped by Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, be pleased and adorn our speech. After bowing down to Narayana and Nar, to the goddess Saraswati and to sage Vyas, one should then recite the Jaya. The Rishis said, O Suta, O great-minded disciple of Vyasa, may you live for many years, for you are narrating to us here these soul-captivating and merit-bestowing stories. We have already heard with deep devotion the wondrous and holy life story of Lord Vishnu, which destroys all sins and is filled with the accounts of his various incarnations. We have also heard from your lotus-like mouth the divine deeds of Lord Shiva, as well as the greatness of the sacred ash and Rudraksh beads, along with all the ancient histories associated with them. Now we desire to hear that which is the supreme, the purest among all purifiers, that which effortlessly grants both worldly enjoyment and final liberation to human beings in every way. O highly fortunate Suta, tell us that essential truth by which human beings attain perfection even in the age of Kali. We know of no one better than you, who can cut asunder our doubts. Suta said, O greatly fortunate sages, you have asked an excellent question out of a desire for the welfare of the whole world. I shall now tell you that which is the very essence of all the scriptures, completely and in detail. All other holy places, Puranas and sacred vows roar, only so long as the Devi Bhagavatam is not properly heard by men. The forest of sins, which causes immense suffering and is thick with thorns, remains standing only until the axe known as the Devi Bhagavatam is obtained. So long as the sun, that is the Devi Bhagavatam, has not risen, the great darkness of misfortunes continues to bring immense suffering to human beings. The Rishis said, O Suta, O highly fortunate one, O best among speakers, please tell us, what is the nature of that Puran? What is the specific procedure for listening to it? In how many days should it be heard? What is the manner of worship involved? Who are the people that have heard it in the past? What is the specific procedure for listening to it? And what specific desires did they manage to fulfill by doing so? Suta said, the sage Vedvyas, who was born as a portion of Lord Vishnu, to Satyavati and Parashar, divided the single Veda into 4 and taught them to his disciples in ancient times. He then contemplated, how can the knowledge of Dharma be attained by those who have fallen from their vows, those who are Brahmanas by birth only, women, and those of dull intellect who have no authority or capacity to study the Vedas? Reflecting thus in his mind, the Lord Badrayana, with the desire to establish dharma for them, conceived the Puranic collections. That Lord, the sage, having composed the 18 Purans and the narrative known as the Mahabharata, taught them specifically to me. Among those, the Devi Bhagavatam is the one that grants both worldly prosperity and ultimate liberation. Sage Vyas himself narrated this specifically to King Janmejaya. In the past, the king's father, King Parashakti, was bitten by the serpent Takshak. For the purpose of his purification, the king heard the Devi Bhagavatam. Having worshipped the goddess, the mother of the three worlds, according to the prescribed rituals, he heard the text from the lotus-like mouth of Sri Vedvyas over a period of 9 days. Assuming a divine form, instantly attained the realm of the goddess. King Janmejaya, witnessing the divine destination attained by his father, worshipped the sage Vyas with great devotion and attained supreme spiritual bliss. Among the 18 Purans, the one named Devi Bhagavatam is the highest and the best of all. It is the giver of soul-driven divine purpose based on inner truth, abundance and prosperity, divine union and liberation. For those who always hear this divine story of the Devi with devotion, perfection is not far away. Therefore, it should always be served by human beings. Whether for half a day or half of that for a muhurta, or even for a mere moment, those people who hear this with devotion never face a downfall or misfortune. The spiritual merit that is obtained through all sacrifices, pilgrimages, and all acts of charity is attained by a person by hearing this Puran even once. In the Krita Yuga, there were many forms of dharma. But in the Kali Yuga, there is no other dharma for humanity than the listening of the Purans. For the people of the Kali age who are devoid of righteous conduct and are short-lived, Sage Vyas composed this nectar-like essence in the form of the Purans for their ultimate benefit. By drinking the celestial nectar, only a single person becomes ageless and immortal. However, the nectar of the stories of the goddess makes one's entire lineage ageless and immortal. There is no restriction of specific months here, nor a restriction of specific days. The Devi Bhagavatam should be meditated upon and served by humanity at all times. Whether in the month of Ashwin, Madhu, Tapas or Shuchi, during the 4 Navratris, it is especially fruit-giving. Therefore, this 9-day sacrifice is declared to be the most meritorious of all pious acts for humanity, as it bestows the greatest possible fruits. In the age of Kali, those who are evil-hearted, addicted to sin, foolish, betrayers of friends, revilers of the Vedas, violent or attached to the atheistic paths, even they are purified by the 9-day sacrifice. Men who are greedy for the wealth and wives of others, who carry a heavy burden of sins, and who are devoid of devotion to cows, deities, and scholars, they become pure through the 9-day sacrifice. Whatever fruit is obtained through fierce austerities, vows, visiting holy pilgrimages, various charities, strict rules, Vedic sacrifices, burnt offerings, or chanting, all of that is attained by humans through the 9-day sacrifice alone. Neither the Ganga, nor Gaya, Kashi, Naimisharanya, Mathura, Pushkar, nor even the forest of Bhadrakashrama can purify a soul as instantly, O sages, as this sacrifice is honor of the goddess. Therefore, the Bhagavat of the goddess is the highest of the high among Purans. It is considered the supreme means for attaining the 4 goals of life: Dharma, Arth, Kam, and Moksha. During the bright fortnight of the month of Ashwin, when the sun enters the sign of Virgo, one should worship the holy book of the Sri Bhagavat placed upon a golden throne on the day of Mahashtami. Whoever daily reads even a single verse or half a verse of the Devi Bhagavat with devotion becomes a recipient of the goddess's grace and love. By devotedly gifting this book to a worthy Brahmin, one attains the state of the goddess. fear caused by the seizing spirits of children or by ghosts and spirits flees to a great distance upon the hearing of this Devi Bhagavat. By merely listening to this text, terrible calamities, the outbreaks of great epidemics, and all types of portents are destroyed. That man who reads or listens to the Bhagavat of the goddess with devotion achieves dharma, arth, kam, and moksha. By hearing this, Vasudev regained his beloved son Krishna, who had been gone for a long time searching for the Prasena, and rejoiced. He who hears the story of the Sri Devi Bhagavat with devotion attains worldly enjoyment and final liberation. The same is achieved by the one who reads it. The sonless obtain a son, the poor become wealthy, and the diseased are freed from their ailments by drinking the nectar of the Bhagavat. A woman who is barren, or one whose children have passed away, will obtain a long lived son after listening to the Devi Bhagavat. The house in which the book of the Sri Bhagavat is worshipped daily becomes a place of pilgrimage, destroying the sins of those who reside there. On the 8th, 14th, or 9th day of the lunar fortnight, he who reads or listens to this with full devotion attains supreme success. By reading this, a Brahmin becomes a leader among Vedic scholars. A Kshatriya becomes a lord of the earth. A Vaishya attains an abundance of wealth, and even a Shudra, by listening, becomes the best among those who perform their duties. Thus ends the first chapter of the greatness of the Devi Bhagavat in the Manaskanda of the glorious Skanda Purana.